Hello guys, so I'm so glad you've made time to join me once again, and trust me, I'm really happy. The feedbacks, I've not been able to keep track of the numbers of people who have received scholarship, gotten their visa approved. With the 24k plus subscribers I'm having within just a few months, trust me, this means that with just 19 videos and this video being my 20th video, that means that support and what I've been giving out has really been appreciated. So fast forward, we are going to still help those who already received the admission package, funding package, and also those without funding or partial scholarship, how they can navigate their way through the F1 visa interview. That is what you're going to do. So if you are ready to know how to go about it, please stay tuned and let's move. Tada! Energy. Alright, welcome back. So without wasting much time, this episode of this content is going to be very snappy and very short. We're just going to capture some mistakes that are avoidable. During my own process, I discovered that this visa approval, it is like a black box. Okay, no one can really determine the exact checklist for them to kind of approve or deny an applicant. However, there are some mistakes that are avoidable to get your visa approved, and that is what I'm here to do. So I'm going to provide you with just 5 of these mistakes that a lot of people do or applicants do, and that you can avoid them, then add some 2 add-ons or some 2 pro checklists or some 2 pro tips. So just take your notepads and let's kickstart. All right. So the first one is all about basic errors in your document. That is, in your document, filling your DS-160 or your I-20, the basic errors that happens. You have to review your document very well. So what do I mean? When you are filling your DS-160, ensure that your date of birth, you don't make any mistakes, some typos. You have to ensure it correlates with your details on your I-20, your details on your passport, your international passport, and your details on your admission and funding letter. Everything should correlate. Your name should not, be 2 names here, 3 names there. Please ensure these things are captured. Your I-20 is well signed. Your funding letter is, your funding is captured on I-20. Let me give a scenario here. I had a colleague who had a G from a school, but the school failed to capture it on the I-20, but he had the funding letter and the view denied him because you have the letter alright, but why is it not captured on the I-20? So please take note, ensure your funding is captured there, and ensure every detail that you need. My own scenario, if you remember in my first video that I uploaded, I told you that my I-20 was not signed. So please check all these stuff. Sign your I-20 yourself. The designated school official should also sign his or her portion. So this is the first part, that is basic errors in your document. That is you failing and those that are sent from the school to cross-check this one. Now the second one is providing inconsistent information during your interview. Inconsistent information. This happens a lot, and normally this happens because sometimes people let others fill their DS-160 for them. Okay, so when you're filling your DS-160, ensure that you know what was filled, or if someone is filling for you, you have to know what the person put in there. What do I mean? For instance, when the view asks you what are you doing right now, because in the DS-160 you have to capture that day. You can't go and tell the view I'm teaching. Well, when during your DS-160 film, you said you are a doctor. You have to ensure your information is consistent, and also the school you completed, you have to ensure you know the school's name. This is quite funny though, but the year you completed, and those stuff should be consistent. You should provide them with consistent information. So let's continue. Yes, so now the third one is that you should avoid giving generic answers, or you should avoid cramming. I'm balancing these two because we have a lot of PDFs or videos already online answering questions. And even WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups, Zoom platforms where people meet just to kind of go through mock interview sessions. Please don't cram your answers. Why this school? Why this program? Why did you select this school among all the other schools that you had offers from? These questions are already answered by some individuals. Please don't cram their answers. Sit down. Remember, you wrote in your SOP why you want to do that program, why you want to apply to that school, and what makes that school special. And people always forget that they have this document there. So please go back to your SOP, pick out the theme, pick out the themes, and write them there, and you should be fine. Do you know what I'm saying? So don't cram your answers. When they ask you why this school and what you say, hey, it's a red flag. Okay, just know why that school. because of what? A professor, because of what? Their program concentrations, because of what? Their funding opportunity. So you know that the professor, the program concentration, and what? And funding. So you have the things in your head. So whether the question comes from the north, the south, east, and west, you can always what? I mean, construct your sentence, and it will show clear that you have not what? You have not crammed or given a generic response. That is a red flag. Then also avoid sending fake documents. Avoid sending fake documents. It is not only about your bank statement, it can be your transcript, it can be your I-20 or whatever document. Please avoid sending fake documents. You know, this becomes very critical when you are placed under administrative review. What is going to happen? They're going to review these documents, they're going to cross-check, they're going to call, they're going to confirm, and it's going to take like a month, some take like a month or two. And trust me, if they should discover that this is a fake document, your life is in jeopardy. You're going to be banned, and they may give you a specific duration that you can come back for the interview later onwards. But trust me, once you are banned, it's going to be very tough for you to get visa to enter into it. So that's the fourth point. Now the fifth point is don't provide responses or answers or information that you cannot defend. Okay, when I say you cannot defend, that you cannot substantiate with what? With proof. Let's say during the interview, the viewer asks you what program did you read. Maybe some people talk a lot. Let's say you say I read Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and I graduated as a valedictorian of my school. Whenever you bring in such information, you have to be able to substantiate. The viewer may be interested. Oh, you were the valedictorian of your school. What? Do you have any proof to that effect? If you don't have any certificate or something, blah blah, don't go and say what you have not attained. So don't go and just say something like cannot substantiate. It is not only that, it can be, let's say, maybe you want to impress the viewer. That maybe during your school you went on an exchange program to, let's say, Cote d'Ivoire or what have you. These things will be captured on your passport. So don't go and lie. Don't go and try to, just be yourself, be real, and try and create your story very well. You may be I always say that I read this post on LinkedIn. This person was trying to describe that he has qualified for his driving license, and trust me, how the person described the thing was so incredible. Do you get it? So the picture I'm painting is that just go there, say what you have, but just brand it very well. Okay, it can be second class apart, be confident, and just say it and say it well. So that is, if you didn't take the GRE, don't go say you took GRE. That's what I'm trying to say. But the last 2 points are just some pro tips, special tips that I've learned. So the first one is that when answering a question like how are you going to finance your education, always start from the school's source of funding. Always start from the school's source of funding. Let's say you receive 10k US dollar scholarship from the school. Say that, okay, I received 10k US dollars from the school, and my uncle or my mom or my dad will be taking care of the deficit. Don't start with your parent, start with the school source of funding first before you come to your parental source of funding. Then the last one is the dressing. Please be simple. Be simple. I went there with my African wear, and I'm not saying go with African wear. If you want to wear something a long sleeve, you should be fine. Don't think that is a life and death matter that you have to go and wear suit, tie. I'm not saying that suit is extremely bad. Maybe that's what you have at the moment, or that's what you feel comfortable in. Just wear something that you're comfortable in, but don't go and dress to impress. No one cares about the dressing. That is the main point I'm communicating here. So these are just 5 tips with just 5 mistakes that people normally do that can be avoided, with 2 pro tips that I've added, making 7 in all. I'll bring your way the part 2, some of these mistakes people keep making. So stay tuned, and if you haven't subscribed, kindly do so. Subscribe, like, comment, and ask your questions in the comment section, and I'll be glad to assist you. Thank you for taking time and staying with me. Tada! Energy.